Hello, welcome to the director's commentary for episode 1 of the Witching season. My name is Michael Ballif. I wrote and directed Killer on the Loose. This is really directed more towards filmmakers or people that are interested in making movies themselves. So, if you haven't seen the film yet, if you're just interested in watching the film and you don't care about what this asshole has to say, go ahead and watch the movie and you can leave this video. You don't need to listen to me. So Slasher Dave's score coming in here obviously really sets the tone in a great way for the series. It's got a nice nostalgic feeling, which is what we're going for, kind of trying to capture this nostalgic, atmospheric vibe of Halloween that we all remember from childhood. And he had the idea of giving it kind of a melodic, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but kind of a melodic feeling to it where it could be a memorable tune. Originally, I wanted it to be a little bit more ambient and kind of just eerie and slow, but I think he was definitely right. So here we go with Killer on the Loose. HAILEY NEBEKER, our lead, is running through the woods in this really cool location. This spot actually was directly adjacent to the house we shot in, so we didn't have to fake that, which was actually really nice. We knew we were going to shoot at this house because we just knew it was a cool location, and we kind of built our story based on the location we had. So what we did is kind of the way this came to be, this story, is we got together, myself, my brother Steven, and Alan Bradford, who this is his house we shot at. We got together, we sat down, we said, okay, we're not leaving the house until we have an idea for our first episode. And we just kind of ran through some scenarios and just spitballed some ideas around and ultimately came up with what we have here. It changed a little bit as it was written into script format, but really the essence of it was all there. And it allowed us to get, as I was moving forward writing the script, I was able to get very specific because I knew what the location had to offer. So for anyone out there trying to get a project going, if you're having a hard time getting things made, try writing a story based on a location you know you can use. And on the other side of that, going along with kind of the what you see is what you get in this location, I really feel that it makes the shoot a lot smoother, and it helps the actors, I think, to really get into the zone and see the location for what it is. They're not pretending too much as far as where the logistics of everything are kind of set up. They're able to really see it for what it is, and I think that's really important, and it can help. I mean, you obviously don't always have that luxury, but if you can help it, try to get that. I'm all for that kind of thing. That witch we found on eBay, and it's awesome. It's really creepy. There's a lot of really cool decorations in this. Some of the stuff is from the intro. We had to reuse some of it, but it's also kind of a fun thing to bring in some of those elements from the intro that you saw and bring them into each episode. We've been doing that with every episode, and it's, I think, kind of a cool little Easter egg. That was an accident there where the bells got knocked, made the sound, and HAILEY just played off of it. It was really cool. This swing shot here was never really intended on being used. It was just a quick kind of random shot we got while setting up. I added a warp stabilizer to lock the shot down because it was shot handheld, and then added a slow pull out in Premiere. You can do a lot with your footage in Adobe or in your editing software. You can add zooms, you can add pans, you can do a lot. So play with it. You can make stuff work that isn't necessarily intended on being in the movie, like that shot was. And I think it's it's one of my favorite shots, honestly. So she's noticing the sores on her wrist from breaking free from the handcuffs or the wrist ties she had. We needed a good jump scare here. She does such a great job reacting to that. Now, we actually shot this movie twice. We filmed it once as a test, like a rehearsal, where we We shot a lot of the same type of footage in the location to test out lighting, because this was the first time any of us on this project have worked with lights, really. I mean, before I had done 1 or 2 scenes with some really basic lighting, but this was the first, definitely the most advanced lighting we'd ever done. So it was really helpful to go through and shoot the film with, you know, people as stand-ins. Alan Bradford and producer Parker Marcroft were stand-ins for a lot of the stuff. James Morris, the other producer on the project, he came in. He's the one that plays the masked killer. He came in and did some stuff, and we had Parker wearing the mask, and we shot the movie all the way through to figure out the lighting, and it really helped. It made this shoot a lot smoother because we knew where the lights needed to go for each location, essentially. We did add the fire in the actual shoot, which we didn't think we were going to use. Alan's dad, Joel, was there, and he suggested stoking up the fire, and it really adds such a great element. Like, I can't believe we didn't think of that before, but great input from Joel on that. Before we shot the movie, we watched The Strangers. That was a big inspiration for this, so the knocks at the door are definitely inspired by that. Scream was another huge influence. Was the first slasher I saw as a kid, and really inspired me. Randin Graves did the score, and it's perfect. It's brilliant. It's got a lot of dynamic range. It's always kind of up and down, and that's really one of the things that the Scream score had that inspired me. So he was able to turn it into kind of copy that style, but make it his own. And he definitely has his own style. I love the score. Some of these shots, like that door shot where the doorknob comes closer to the camera, was taken straight out of the rehearsal. This shot right here is actually Parker Marcroft, the producer, who doesn't play the killer in the film, but this was from the rehearsal. I just snagged that shot because the lighting was better. So the rehearsal will be up on the channel. Take a look at it. It's pretty funny to watch. Now, we didn't have a sound recorder on set for this entire shoot. Most of the sound is dubbed in through sound effects we either recorded or downloaded online. We got a lot of stuff on set that wasn't very good, but I was able to kind of denoise it and manipulate some of the sound and make it at least presentable. But, you know, really, Randin's score kind of sets the tone for the sound and covers up some of the poor audio recording. We did have a shotgun mic on the Blackmagic pocket camera, which is what we shot this on. It was entirely shot with the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 lens, which is an awesome lens for the pocket camera. You know, for starting filmmakers, don't worry so much about camera. I shot my first bigger short film with a Canon T2i, which in today's standards is really not a great camera, but it's it's totally usable, and you can make an awesome short film with it. So don't worry about the camera. Focus on kind of finding your style and telling a cool story that's unique to your vision. You know, no one else out there has your vision. So everyone out there has your camera, but no one has your vision. So make your story, you know, focus on that. Now, she cannot see the guy. She can't. The whole idea here is that she doesn't know. She believes, she's being chased by law enforcement. She's on the run. And if she was ever to see him directly or clearly, it would totally break that illusion. So it was important as we were shooting this to keep that hidden. And he's also not supposed to see her because he's trying to pull a prank on his wife. So it made it hard to build suspense, but it was a fun challenge, keeping these two separated but interacting at the same time. That lamp, we had one shot at that, literally, and it worked out great. Parker found it at a thrift shop, and it was really cool looking. Got it for a few bucks, and it shattered. We didn't know it was going to break the first time, but yeah, it did. It looked cool. Night of the Living Dead is a big influence for me, for sure. I'm a huge fan of George Romero and what he's done independently as a filmmaker. The film is public domain, so you can use it in your own projects. And I really liked the score here, and it just felt right with the tone of the movie. Kind of intercutting that in now. She's now hearing sounds coming from the bedroom, and these sounds are from one of my first short films, 2 Hours. Josh Merrill speaking here in the voiceover from that movie. This shot is like directly out of a 48-hour film that we shot at the same house called Lethal Repair. That's on our channel as well. Check that out. But it it looks so much different because the lighting is different. In that movie, it was entirely lit with just a flashlight in Lethal Repair. So this one is much more elaborate in terms of the lighting. By the way, the lights I didn't mention. We used just really basic LED lights and a cheap softbox set you can get on Amazon for like $40 or something. It's like a 3-point softbox lighting set. Like this lighting right here, we have just like some random stuff in front of a light to kind of give it that shadow, and it's just an LED light. It's just a cheap work light from Home Depot. So you don't need super advanced lighting to make something look pretty good, you know. I mean, the more money you spend on lights, maybe the better it will look, but I feel like it's the same story with buying a super expensive camera. You know, it's the most important thing is getting creative with what you've got. This was shot just behind a couple of boards we held in front of the camera. And here we go with the big reveal. Randin's score here, swelling up, is so amazing. Tyler Russell did the makeup effects. He did this awesome throat slash. That's his wife, Autumn Russell. I love the skeleton in the background there. It's important that we always had Halloween decorations tied in throughout the short to kind of continue that vibe, that spirit of Halloween that the series needs to have. The Rose, so he's pulling a prank. He was trying to scare her. This scene was originally a lot longer, but it was chopped down. The death was longer, more dragged out, and it really worked better to kind of cut to the point. That was shot in my apartment, not in the house, the shot of the TV, because we missed that shot. Couldn't go back. That photo we shot there just in Alan's house with Autumn and James before the shoot. Had it printed and threw it in a frame. That's, who's that asshole? That's me playing this reporter. But we shot that back behind my apartment, my wife and I. Sadie, she actually ran the camera, and I was talking. So yeah, there we go. Killer on the Loose. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more episodes, and if you haven't, please subscribe, like this video, and yeah, I do appreciate everyone watching and tuning in. Like, we're making this for you guys, so thank you, truly thank you.